Hey guys, Emily Mearsand here. Welcome to my home in San Francisco. In today's really short yoga flow and stretch, I'll be guiding you through some nice deep hamstring and hip opening stretches, and this is really great for post-run or post-cycle. So if you are following along in the playlist, you can press play now, and we will get started in child's pose. So bring your two big toes to touch. Knees will open super wide. And then crawl your fingers out really long in front of you and rest your forehead down on the mat. And we'll be here for about 5 super deep breaths. So send your hips all the way back towards your heels. Good. Crawl the fingertips out really long and feel the length in your spine as you begin to deepen your breath. And you'll start to move the hips side to side now. So just a little movement in the hips here. Good. Gaze forward right in between your hands, and then inhale, you'll pull yourself forward almost like a cow pose, dropping the hips, opening the heart. It's like up dog, but the knees are down. And then exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, push yourself back, child's pose. Good, 3 more like that. Inhale, pull your heart forward, open up the collarbones, gaze lifts. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, knees come nice and wide. 2 more on your own. You can move with me or flow with your own breath. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale. So we're in a child's pose. Tuck your toes under and then gaze forward. Inhale, pull your right foot outside of your right hand as you open the chest. And then exhale, back to that child's pose with your toes tucked. Other side, inhale, step the left foot outside of the left hand as you drop the hips and open the heart. Nice. Exhale, back to that toes tucked child's pose. We'll do that 2 more times on each side. Inhale, pulling the right foot forward, opening the heart, almost like cow pose. And then exhale, step the right foot back, send the forehead down. Keep flowing at your own pace. Allow the hips to open. And allow this to feel nice in the body. Last side. Good. Next time you arrive in your child's pose, you'll gaze forward right in between your hands. Inhale, shoot forward to a high plank pose. Shoulders will stack right over the wrists. Exhale, push it back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So send your hips all the way up and back. This should feel nice to start to open up the hamstrings. You can shake your head a little bit, letting the head and neck relax. And then start to bend into your right knee pretty deeply. Send that left heel all the way down towards the mat. Nice. Breathe into the whole back side of your left leg. Let that feel good, especially if you just finished a run. And then change sides. Bend into that left knee. Send the right heel down as you rise your hips high, high up towards the sky. Good. Keep breathing. Keep pushing equal weight into both of your palms. And then inhale, lift both of your heels really high up. Nice. Exhale, drop the heels all the way down. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. We'll come into a forward fold at the back of your mat. So micro bend your knees, grab your elbows, let your head and neck hang heavy. We're in a little ragdoll uttanasana, folding forward. Let the spine grow nice and long. And just breathe here. You can start to interlace your hands right at the low back, taking a little bit of a chest expansion. Nice work. You can shake out the head again here. Rock the weight forward. Again, breathe into the hamstrings. Last breath in. Good. Exhale, take your dog for a walk. Downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky, and then we'll hang out here for a bit, just because it feels good in the back of the left leg. If you'd like to move on, you'll start to bend into your right knee, open your right hip, continue to push equal weight into both of your hands, and then you have options here. You can take huge circles with that right knee, if that feels good, or you can stay in your scorpion dog, maybe coming into wild thing. Drop that right foot behind you, and then start to open up the heart. Good, we'll take 2 more full deep breaths wherever you're at. Good, start to come back into that one-legged downward facing dog. Right leg rises all the way up. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, drop that back knee down, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Rise the arms all the way up. So I like to move forward and back here just a little bit to feel into the hips. And typically in a typical low lunge, we try to get the pubic bone directly over that left knee. But for this variation, I want you to sink the hips forward a little bit so you can breathe into the left psoas. Good, and then you're gonna grab onto your left wrist, take a full breath in, reach up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. That should feel really nice to lengthen the whole left side of your body. Good, maybe the right fingertips come down towards the mat. Keep bending into that right knee. Keep reaching over towards the right. Good, arms come back through center as you inhale. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten and fold over your right leg as your right foot flexes towards your face. And then I like to crawl my fingertips out really long here and let the head and neck release and relax. Good, take 3 deep breaths. And if any of these shapes feel nice for you, you can always pause this video and just hang out for a little bit longer. Keep dialing that right hip bone back in space. Good, start to bend into your right knee. This time you're gonna start to walk your right foot all the way over towards your left hand, and then drop that right knee down. We're coming into pigeon pose at Kapalabhati Kapotasana. So try to get your right shin parallel with the front of your mat, and then you'll crawl your fingertips back to take a tiny little back bend and levelize the hips, open the chest, full inhale. Exhale, start to crawl your fingertips all the way forward as you breathe into the outer right hip. So for me, this is really intense because I did a run this morning. Really feeling it in the whole outer right hip. Let your head and neck relax. Try to rest your head on something. And then we'll take 3 huge deep breaths here. Allow your low back to feel expansive. Good, start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then you'll tuck your back toes under and listen for this transition. Lift your left knee up, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and you'll send your hips up for a figure 4 downward facing dog. So this might feel a little bit awkward here. Drive your right knee towards the back of the mat, and then try to lift the hips up in the exact same line. Again, shake the head out, maybe open up the mouth a little bit, and start to bend into your left knee and slowly walk your hands all the way towards the back of the mat, coming into that figure 4. Deeply bend into the left knee, fingertips stay down on the mat. If you'd like to take this into an arm balance or maybe reach your arms all the way up towards the sky, you decide. Right foot is flexed, hips are nice and low, chest is open. 3 deep breaths into the outer right hip. Really ground down through that left foot. The left leg is like a pillar connected to the earth. Good, last breath in here. And gently, slowly walk your hands back to that figure 4 downward facing dog. Right leg will lift high up to the sky for a 3-legged down dog. And then exhale, drop your foot down to meet your left foot. And you can hang out here, rest in child's pose, or move through chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest. Good, exhale, downward facing dog, push it back. We'll move on to the other side. Inhale, left leg rises all the way up. Hold and breathe here. Dial that right heel down towards the mat and breathe into the back side of your right leg. Now if you're ready to move on, you'll bend into that left knee, scorpion your dog, dial your right glute towards your midline, and then you have options here. You can take those nice big juicy circles with the left knee, or if you'd like to move on, you can take a little wild thing, popping the ball mound of your left foot behind your right knee, and then reach the left fingertips forward. Continue to open up the chest. You have 2 more breaths. Good, if you're in that wild thing, you'll plant your left palm down. Inhale, left leg rises all the way up. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Drop that right knee down, and then we'll come into that low lunge. Rise the arms all the way up, Anjaneyasana. You can send the hips forward and back, just until you find that point that feels nice for you. And then breathe into the right psoas, lengthen the spine, allow the spine to climb up, and then you'll grab onto your right wrist with your left fingertips, reach up to inhale, and then take a side bend over to the left as you exhale. Hang out here. Feels so good. Breathe into the whole right side of your body, feeling it in the right psoas muscle, the right hip flexor. And then if you'd like to move on, left fingertips will come down, and you'll reach even further over towards the left. Shoulders pull out of the ears. Good, keep breathing. So just a nice slow stretch for your post-run, post-cycle. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten and fold over your left leg, and then dial that left hip bone back in space as you fold forward. Find a micro bend in your left knee. Fingertips can crawl forward. Head and neck will be super heavy. And then continue to breathe. Finding space in the whole back side of your left leg. And let the river of your breath flow through your body. Good. You can hang out here if you'd like to start moving on. You'll bend into your left knee. Start to walk your left foot over towards your right wrist, moving into pigeon pose. So try to parallel the left shin with the front of the mat. Maybe you're not using a mat, that's okay too. And then you'll take that tiny little back bend first. So try to level the hips, open the chest, full breath in. And exhale, fold it forward, sleeping pigeon. Crawl your fingertips forward, let your head and neck rest. Breathe into your whole low back. Good. Start to crawl your fingertips back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under, lift your right knee up off the mat, and then remember this, cross your left ankle over your right knee, send the hips up, figure 4 downward facing dog. So the hips are high up, micro bend your right knee, and just breathe into this awkward space. Extend the left knee towards the back of the room. Good. And then you'll bend your right knee just a tiny bit more. Start to crawl your fingertips towards the back of your mat, coming into that figure 4 shape. Fingertips can stay down, and then lengthen the spine. You're welcome to hang out here, or you can take the arm balance if you're jonesing for it, or reach your arms all the way up, coming into full figure 4. Keep breathing into the outer left hip. And then if you're here with me, keep bending that right knee as you really ground down through the sole of your right foot. Keep the spine long. Good. One more breath. Nice. If you're in the inversion, come meet us back here in figure 4. And then you'll start to walk your hands forward back into that figure 4 downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up towards the sky, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, settle the left foot down. We'll rinse that out with vinyasa. Inhale, ripple, forward high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale, good. Take a full breath in. Side out. Good, look forward, bend your knees. And then hop all the way through to a seat. Nice. So we just have 2 more poses to go. We'll come into Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet come together, knees open wide. And then for this variation, we're gonna bring our heels pretty close to our sitting bones. Lift the chest, open the heart as you inhale. And then exhale, hinge forward any amount. And see if you can bring the forearm bones down. And take a few breaths. Keep gluing the sitting bones down into the earth. Breathing into the hips. Maybe you start to walk the hands all the way out. Lengthen the spine, and then drop your head and neck any amount. Again, you have 3 deep breaths here wherever you're at. Just enjoying that blissful time. Once you've completed your run, it feels so good. And then start to crawl the hands all the way up. We'll take one last stretch, Paschimottanasana. So extend your legs out long in front of you. Flex your toes towards your face, and then lengthen your spine as you reach the arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Lengthen long as you think of pulling the crown of your head towards the tops of your feet. Chin stays slightly tucked. Pull your navel up and in to go deeper into your fold. And again, we're just honoring our hamstrings here. So, we do a lot of work with our hamstrings. They tend to get really tight, especially when we run. So keep breathing. Send your love, your breath into your hammies. 2 more breaths. Good, nice and slow. Come all the way up. And we'll come into a cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Palms will connect overhead. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. Atman Anjali Mudra. Bow your chin in towards your prayer. And honor yourself for all of your efforts, not only on the mat, but off your mat, maybe on your run. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.